Hello, Pulavas, welcome back to Shile. On today's episode, we have HERBERT MUKISA versus FAROUK on the rest of 7 match.
Corner table. John say money Tony. I see you Tony. Jama to win.
I see you Tony wafe.
I see you Tony. Ya kwa wafe.
Mzanye musumu.
Leonardo Kola.
Julia Asiko. And in this case, we are seeing Faruk scratching. It was a little too unfortunate. His intention was play combination. As he made the pot, he may have wanted the cable to be played into the red. The second red that HERBERT is now playing, he would have putted the yellow, maintaining the red just by the pocket. He was not able to do so. He did scratch in the process, giving HERBERT a chance to win a second out of what he will need as 7. He may want to put both yellows to the same corner pockets by doing the keyboard backwards. And by this stage, Faruk knows that he will not be winning this frame. HERBERT is too good to let a chance like this slip away. Black to the corner pocket's top left will give the 14-year-olds a second out of 2, and there we are, 2-0, rest to 7. We're having at least 4 more. I'm saying the very least. And then maybe this one, because irrespective, he will be having at least a life after this. Faruk is that a relative youngster. He's just about 20 years old or so. Bounced onto the scene at just about the age of 16. As a player, he's a quality player. Make no mistake about that, but given the speed of growth of his career about 3 years ago, I would have thought that by now he would be a little bit more renowned than he already is. But yes, he's still a quality player, only having grown a little slower compared to his other colleagues, and also given the big wealth of talent that he has. As he bounces quite off the right cushion, as he moves it leftwards, as he will intend to put the last 2 reds to respective corner pockets, top right and top left, and the black to the center pocket right, in what will be a far straight clearance by the youngster. This one will be done with top spin. White have some bounce off the cushion. Black is cuttable into the center pocket. The umpire is already flipping the scoreboard. HERBERT 3 and Faruk 0. We shall get to see whether or not timeout was effective for Faruk, depending on the outcome of this frame. But from the evidence of the break, very free. There goes the officials. The table does remain open. Of course, he will be going for the reds. Probably pass into the center pocket right. And yes, he does. It almost jumped out of the pocket for the victory. And he has eliminated the two would-be bad reds on the team. It's a tournament that was a brainchild of a guy that is called Brian. Somehow to organize a series of competitions which shall result into a grand finale, which shall be played in one that shall be comprising of the 32 players who have performed best in all of these tours. This one is the competition that has the two proponents on the table, Faruk Mutumba, who is on 2 lives, and Herbert on 1. All our options, all are relatively tough. He goes for the shortcut, it's the black, white is safe, Herbert 4, and Faruk 0. This for Herbert has been the fun break of the match. He's playing match puts Faruk in some kind of danger. I think the table remains yellow into red or vice versa. He's just played the red direct and has potted 1 red. And in this case, could the player have potted 2 balls of different color, or at least 2? The table would still have remained open. Will he pot? Will he play the white ball into another red? So ambitious. In your favor, most especially when you are 4 frames to 0 down. And I've only streamed 1 match in which the score has been completely one-sided. When Lawrence, in his first life, was defeated by Asiku by 7 frames to 0. And since then, by the way, Asiku has lost 1 of his lives to Mark, while Lawrence has exited the competition entirely. It's on the pool table. Faruk is only watching and waiting and hoping and praying that Herbert's reading drops a little, but so far the near perfection is what we are watching over the young man. Whatever he's doing is being done to pinpoint perfection. He will be putting black to the center pocket, right? The corner pocket to right is as well an option. He's going for the corner pocket, sinks the black for the 5th. In the comments from the YouTube room, where you as having committed an intentional foul, which is punished by losing the frame. To play the whites a bit bottom once. He gets the shot right, and it was, and at the time, a 13-year-old Herbert lost by 7 frames to 2. They are first of a good number of times before, with scores, with results being shared almost equally between each other. But for the course of this match, Herbert has been more vibrant. But at least for frame number 6, we are seeing Faruk pulling off some strings, being given 1 chance to go for a frame, which frame he's going for. And that is the best way to pull a frame back. If your opponent wins the first 5, you demonstrate to him that you too are more than capable of winning a frame with 1 list of the table. Kingdom Wise, thank you for watching. You saw that the question that was posed was whether someone could close a table by playing combination shots. Now, if the table is open, if 2 or more balls of different color are potted and the table remains open, that is whether or not the player on table was on a free shot or not. If the table is open, the player may play yellow and pot red, and that player crosses the table playing red, and vice versa. But if they pot both colors, the table remains open. That is black ball rules for him. And so maintain a fighting chance in the competition. But it will be for him a beautiful story if he finds way winning this match, and by the way he can. Just that he cannot afford to blink anymore. And maybe Herbert will want to play combination here. Maybe he wants to play yellow by red drive. He knows. He could miss the pot, and if he does so, he leaves the cue ball hanging for his opponent. But he's getting to pot. Maybe now we could play the combination, draw the cue ball backwards into the red, impact at the corner pocket bottom right is what he's doing. But not to any kind of perfection in some kind of way. Most especially now that he's potting. He will have perhaps another chance to play combination. Pot yellow to the corner pocket top left, play the cue ball off the top cushion into the corner pocket at the bottom right, as white is not played to that kind of effects. Maybe he wants to play the last year or the one that is frozen against the cushion by bank. Self on the verge of victory if he doesn't. Oops, I didn't see that coming. I have to confess, I never saw that coming. That one is perfect game reading and full utilization of tight spaces, playing yellow by red and pointing it off red near the center pocket. He does miss the block. The chance comes back to Faruk. Try and take the frame, maybe connection or snooker, and does the latter. But Herbert will have very little to play it off the cushion. He finds the block, plays it all over the place into the reds. And there we are. Herbert under some kind of pressure. And how close will cue ball be to black? Just close enough. Of course, the black was always going to be solid. It's And thank you for watching from the Facebook stream. Linda Prince Chester. You are in South Africa. Makofi Brilliant. How are you too? Personally fine. Michael Diaz remaining appreciating one of the shots played by Herbert prior in a frame he lost. Sansta Nachiborte. Asking about the head-to-head or they confess of if they keep defeating their respective opponents. Shile Shichonya. Thank you for watching Faruk attempting to win 3 frames in a row. The Money Bank Championship is what you are watching, guys. We are at Half London in Mityana District, Central Uganda. The Money Bag is in its second of 5 nationwide tours. At the quarter final, off the cushion comes Herbert after being snookered. He plays I Think Black. That was what is this? Now, if Faruk wins this ongoing frame, it will be now very meaningful pressure will be mounting onto Herbert. Remember, Faruk on 2 lives, Herbert on 1. And for Herbert, it is a straight knockout. Here is the shot. There's a nice stroke, but misses the yellow. Misses it so bigly. He may count his chance, but if Herbert can play one red into another, which he does, and puts, Faruk knows that the young man that is Herbert could pour water onto his pending comeback if he makes it 6. And he's seemingly on the verge of making it 6. You don't see how he fails to sink the black by rail drive into the corner pocket, bottom right. The keyboard moves at the top end of the table, ensuring safety whether he would have put the black on. Faruk will be, I think, delaying Herbert's celebrations, maybe delaying the inevitable, maybe having belief that he can win 5 in a row. The first is in needs to win 4 still. Muốn nói nó cái xin vào one. Phương chứ một vài quá. Đặt ở thằng ba ta. View. Đây là quyền sắp bên. Đi sắp đi. Cái dậy nhá. Đây là lạnh chưa? Country is asking when a foul on the break does happen. Alright, in black rules, when a player breaks, there must be either a ball potted which is either yellow or red, or else at least 2 balls, excluding the white, must cross the middle of the table. They must cross the opposite end of the table from the side that the break was made. If not, the break is the foul. And here comes Herbert, as he will be hoping to make a clearance that will take his second life in the round of last 16. Still much English on the keyboard, but with not as much power. Wonderful from Mr. Herbert Mukisa, as though placing balls in respective position by playing hand, and yet he's just using a master stroke. Finishing off a frame doesn't come any better. With the shot he played prior, he wins the match. He outclasses and outcompetes Faruk and takes him out of the tournament's first life by 7 frames to 3. Thank you for